my guest at this time, all BD is joining me right now. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for calling in. Very, very early afternoon. I appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. Sorry it was a little later than expected.
So, this won't be too long. But we'll just go ahead and get into it. Um, how did you get started as a wrestler? How did it all start off for you?
I'm actually third generation, so my grandfather wrestled and my mom wrestled. So I've been around wrestling my whole life. So my whole life, that's all I want to do is wrestle. And then when I was 15, my grandfather said, "Hey, there's a school that opened up around about an hour where we live because we at the time I was in the country." And I said, "Okay, cool. Well, you want to go out there and check it out?" So he just happened to know the guys, and I just started training, and then I stopped for a while and went and got a nursing career, and then I picked it back up in 2014, and I finished training at Killer Tim Brooks's, and been going ever since.
So, with you being a third generation wrestler, being that you was basically born in the wrestling, like what was your family's reaction when you told them, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler. I want to follow your footsteps"? What was their reaction?
Well, my grandfather was happy but I had been saying that since I was a little kid. I always said that that's what I want to do was wrestle, and that's what I was going to do. And now my grandfather's kind of like, in his older age, he's like, "Man, be careful. Where's out your body? Where's this out?" But but they were happy for me. I was always told just to follow your dreams and pursue them however you can. So,
Shout out to grandpops. Gotta love
oh
grandpops.
yeah, oh yeah.
It feels like, no matter how old they get, they always keep an eye on the kids, grandkids, make sure they're good. Don't do this, don't do that. It's the nitpicking here and there, but that's love. That's just love. Uh,
That's true. It's just love.
so you live in the state of Texas. Um, very so much history, wrestling history in the state of Texas. So many wrestlers have come there, become household names around the world. Um, how do you feel about the state of Texas with all the talent that's been there, and the talent that they have right now moving forward?
Texas is one of the places to be for wrestling, especially especially for males. It's high, man. A lot of good wrestlers are coming out of Texas, and of course they are moving other places to get to get better opportunities. But they're still the start is here in Texas. It's the same way with female wrestlers. Female wrestlers, they're starting here and they're branching out to go to other places so they can make a name for themselves. But in the mainstream, it's all starting here in Texas, and I think that that's a good thing. And there's so many promotions in Texas. There's so many different places you can work. There's so many different places that you can go and you could develop yourself at, and that's awesome for Texas. And I think that's a good opportunity, especially if you get that chance just to wrestle in Texas at least once, is great. And then to be able to wrestle here all the time, and then to branch out to other places is that's even better.
So many wrestlers come from the state. I remember the Von Erichs. I remember the Guerreros. Guys like Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mark Henry. All those guys came from the Lone Star State. And on the woman's side, I remember Jacqueline. Woman like Rachel Summerlin, Jessica Jones, I believe. Uh,
Hmm.
Barbie Hayden, Athena, now known as Ember Moon. There's a lot of talented women wrestlers out there that's doing their thing, and of course yourself, carry on, your family's legacy. That's definitely have to be very proud thing to see, a generation like yourself taking that next step and adding more lineage to the family. Do you feel pressure following family's footsteps, or you just try to make legacy of your own?
No, I'm just gonna make a legacy of my own, and my grandfather got started in it when he was much older. He was one of the oldest ones in his wrestling class, and my mom did get started at a younger age, but she didn't really wrestle that long. So for me, like they've already I've already surpassed them as far as a name on the indie scene. I've already made that name for myself. So as far as like carrying on that name, I have, but I've also surpassed it.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Like, you definitely made a name for yourself, comfortable within yourself, and you put on a performance, and put it on a show for the fans, and the love and the respect that goes along with it. That's truly amazing feeling to have. Um, Now, every wrestler, like any other athlete or sports team, has a rival or nemesis. Like, who do you consider your biggest rival? The one person that gives you fits the most, the one that you eagerly want to fight the most.
I really don't. I don't think I really have one that I just always just want to. That gets me going and riled up. I did a couple feuds last year where I did a feud with a wrestler named Dave Sagan. He's wrestles out here in Metroplex Wrestling, originally from Philadelphia. We did a great feud, and he had me on fire. And then I had a feud with another female wrestler down here named Lydia Loca, and of course, me and my tag partner Phoebe, Fun and Sexy, we have our feuds going on with at Sabotage Wrestling. Whoever wants to come in and try to get our titles, that opens it up too. But we don't really necessarily have a flat out feud. We went against the Sea Stars last year, and the Sea Stars in 3 days, we turned in one match to a big feud within 3 days over three different promotions. So I have to say that was something that we did last year that was really cool. But as far as just somebody that just gets me going in every chance I can, I don't have that person because I love wrestling every single buddy that I get in the ring with and every single buddy I give my complete all to. So as far as just a direct feud, let's get in the ring, let's keep doing this, let's carry on this feud. I don't have one of those because every single person I get in the ring with, I treat them as if it's a feud.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. And you mentioned Sabotage Wrestling. I've heard so many great things about the company, and they always put on some great shows. Definitely worth the ticket admission. So that's definitely a good thing to know. So, what are some upcoming shows, upcoming matches that you have coming up that your fans out there need to keep an eye on?
Well, this Saturday in Loveland, Texas, I'm going against Micah. I've went against her a few times now, so we always put on a great match and a great show for the fans. And next week, I'm back at my home promotion in Bedford, Texas, with Metroplex Wrestling. Unsure of who I'm going to be wrestling then. Um, Then the following week, I'm defending Fun and Sexy is defending their Sabotage Tag Team Championships at Heavy Metal down in San Antonio. against two rookie girls that are up and coming. So that'll be a great match to see. And then we'll follow off the month with Metroplex Wrestling again and DFW All Pro Women's Wrestling, which is a great show. This will be their second show as far as their all a women's promotion. They do have a men's promotion and a joint promotion that they do, but this is their second all women's show. That would be great. And then, of course, like we at the end of May, we got Sabotage again, so that'll be awesome. But I'm just kind of trying to get out there and get around.
So where can people go for like your social media feeds and upcoming dates? Where can people go check you out? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any other links out there?
Yeah, no problem. So Twitter is BabyD2017. Instagram is BabyD2017. Facebook, you can add my personal page, which is Stacy Carpenter, and you can also like my Baby D page that is on Facebook as well.
So before I let you go, Baby D, again, thank you so much for being on the show. Truly appreciate it. So a certain thing is happening this Sunday. Very, very historic, to say the least. WrestleMania is this Sunday, and it's going to have their first ever women's main event match. And now we know as of this past Monday, both Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships are on the line. Winner takes all. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and this has been built up since I think basically since SummerSlam, when Becky Lynch attacked Charlotte Flair and became the man, and we were supposed to have Becky and Ronda as Survivor Series, but due to circumstances, it didn't happen. But I think it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because it's now led to this historic matchup between these three women. With that being said, what are your thoughts on this particular match, and who are you rooting for to win this match?
I think the match is going to be great. I really do hope that Becky Lynch, though, the man, wins, because that's going to be just an awesome thing altogether. I think that I think that would be a wise choice for me to go with.
I'll definitely agree with you there. I felt like Becky